Back now on EA Sports at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. It's Viking football as we rejoin the action in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Room to run past midfield. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked it. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. This time Jackson will throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here, Winston. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way. Did it.
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Curry. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about it.
Now the ball comes loose. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watching that, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Ready. Blue ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The second down throw for Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Ready. Blue ready. Let me go.
Another run with Sanders. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
I tell you, on that first glance, I thought he got it easily. But the mark was not a real favorable one. As it turns out, they do give him the first down, but that was very close to going the other way.
A first down throw for Winston. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Jameis to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. And with that sack, partner, he just became the all-time NFL sack king.
So now the Mount Rushmore of sack artists has been added to. This man now goes to the head of the class. Carve out a new spot for him.
And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Time for a break. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now Jameis on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Winston on 3rd and 2. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reeves. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Second down, Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daniil Hunter in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7. 3rd and long for Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Lucky 56.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now a second down throw for Winston. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Minnesota, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Oh.